Welcome to Outlaw Woodworking. Today we're going to take a look at making a raised cheese platter, and we made this out of walnut and poplar, and it's basically 18 inches long by 9 inches wide. And let me show you how I did it. The first thing I do is set up a chop block or a stop block and cut 5 pieces, 3 pieces of walnut and 2 pieces of poplar. 18 inches by 9 inches is the dimensions. I then bring over my clamp rack. I love my clamp rack, and I get out some cauls and some pipe clamps and start gluing and clamping this thing together. I love making cheese boards and cutting boards. They're really easy, and you know, people like them, so it's kind of a joy to make something that someone else likes. I get this all clamped down. My clamping is getting better and better with these cauls and these pipe clamps. They've made everything's just doing a lot better now with this system. Once I get it all clamped up, I just clean it off and let it sit overnight. And right here I'm cutting 4 small, this cheese platter is going to be raised off the ground just a little bit. So I make 4 little legs and I glue these little pads on them. And once I glue the pads on, I wanted to clean off the pads and the wood at the same time, kind of make them smooth around the edges. So I take them over to the rigid belt sander and just smooth them all out. That's a quick little task. And then I bring my clamp rack back over and the clamping's done. So this is the next day. I put all these clamps back on my clamp rack, and yeah, I love my clamp rack. It's just so nice to be able to just, you know, I used to have to go to the other room and get 1 or 2 or 3 at a time. And right here I clean off some of the glue that I missed the day before from wiping it down. I then get my apron on, I get my flip top card out, I flip it over to the DeWalt planer, and we're going to run this thing through the planer a couple times just to clean it up. The DeWalt planer is really working out nice. I have had a little bit of snipe here and there. I'm still trying to perfect that, but all in all, it's been really making my life a lot easier. I then take it over to the table saw and I cut both ends of it off. I then take it over to my router. I put on a small roundover bit. Switch this bit out. Once I get the roundover bit and the camera and get all the stuff kind of going, I then router all 4 edges on both sides, and that goes quick. I then do a little hand sanding just to clean off any burnt marks from the router or just anything that I see that doesn't look that good. And I'm using some 220, I believe. I then figure out where I want these legs at, which I ended up putting them 2 inches, 2 by 2 from all the corners. That way when it was sitting on a table, you wouldn't really see these legs. And at first I was thinking of shooting a pin nail in them, but I didn't want to jeopardize possibly cracking anything, so I decided to hot glue these on. And that seems to work pretty good. I don't know how long that'll last with the hot glue, but it's, yeah, I glued it on. And then right here, I'm using coconut oil and beeswax. That's my new go-to finish for cutting boards. I think it's just a great combination. Coconut oil and beeswax. And the colors are, you know, it turns out really nice, and it's food grade. You know, you can eat both those things, so Shouldn't hurt anybody. Anyway, I coconut oil this thing, and then I apply the wax, swirl motion, the wax all on the whole thing. And then basically that's it. It's after this, it's done. And that's it. I take it upstairs for a couple pictures. Thanks for watching this episode of Outlaw Woodworking. I hope you enjoyed the video, and please subscribe, hit the bell, like the video, and I will see you next time. Later.